All right, people, we are live, or at least I'm live. I'm a little bit late. I'm 2 minutes late, but I'm still live. Okay, we got to talk. We got stuff to talk about. Jay Sav is here. Joey Tillman was here. Hello, 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 everybody. So I'm gonna wait till some more people get in here. I'm gonna test out this Instagram feature right quick. Oh, I got 6 people in the joint. What's that? How y'all doing? Y'all can put some comments in here and tell me how y'all doing. Okay. Listen, we gotta have a conversation. Okay. We gotta have a convo. We got to talk. I'll go live on Instagram after I do this right quick. But first, let me first handle this situation with YouTube so I can get my YouTube family together. So I'm gonna go about an hour and a half here and an hour and a half on Instagram. How's that? All right, I got my boy Don. Johnny Boy's here. Hello, Don. Hello, Chef Rike. Hello. Hi, Trevon. Hey, Jamarius. SHAQ said he was gonna do the SHAQ attack and got put right through the table, and that's a SHAQ attack. Child, let me tell y'all something. I watched this match. Okay. I watched it from the beginning to the end. From the time Miss Jade came out there to the time she won her match. Now, let me give you a little bit of context first. Okay? Let's give you a little context first. Hold on, y'all. I'm getting a phone call from my baby. Hold on. Yes, darling.
I'm just calling to let you know. Mommy wants me to ride with her to take the stuff over to Kevin's house.
Okay, great. Awesome sauce. I'll see you when you get. I'll see you when you get back then.
Yep.
All right. Okay. Well, babe's not gonna be here for this combo, but let's just talk. We finna talk because we need to have a conversation. It's long overdue, and we got to talk about Miss Jade. We got to talk about it. Okay, we got to talk about her and her debut today. Okay, so y'all see the picture. Y'all saw this was the first match of the night. Okay, this was the first match of AEW Dynamite. I did not watch the rest of the show. I was more interested in what was happening in NXT, which I didn't even get to finish watching. I'm gonna have to finish watching that in a minute. So hello, Roman Reigns. That's Marlon, by the way. Hello, Marlon. I didn't watch AEW, so let me be quiet. I think Dakota and Raquel will go to Raw and challenge them one more time. I see them going to Adam during Raw. Okay. I'm watching AEW right now. Just finished NXT. Okay. Hello. I literally clicked on this yesterday and it said 23 hours. I facepalm. Hi, Gerard. He had to leave, so I'll tell him. You said hi when he comes back. Jade, you the glam slam. He did the glam slam. Did she do good? And that's how a partnership works. Communication, yes. Okay, so let's talk about Miss Jade. Okay, because she did debut today. This was her first match. She was in a mixed tag team match. SHAQ was her partner. Put her at a severe disadvantage, if you ask me. I'm sorry, but the reality of the situation is Jade is very green, and she is not ready. And for her to Red Velvet really, she just got outworked. Simple and plain, she got outworked. Despite the fact that Red Velvet took the pin today, and Jade Cargill was basically the girl, she really ate. I mean, she just really got dog walked in this match. This was not a good showing for Jade, in my opinion. It was not a show. It wasn't a good showing for Jade, in my opinion. I didn't know AEW was all about taunting. Well, and that's another thing. Another problem I had specifically with Jade's match was that she did more showboating and more grandstanding in her match than she did actual wrestling. And for the most part, like even Shaq did try to do something more than what she was doing. Um, she did, use best, do her variation of the glam slam, and she executed it. She could do a spine buster. She did that fine. But it's just she was very stiff. There wasn't a lot going on in that match. It got boring really easy. Shaq was doing more showboating than he was actually wrestling, which I expected from him, but it just was not good. It wasn't good at all. And I was just like, this is exactly what I feared, was that this woman was going to be brought on TV. She wasn't going to get any matches out under her belt to at least, you know, kind of get the juices going and probably get some of that ring rust off. And they put her on national television in front of everybody to wrestle an experienced wrestler like Red Velvet with no experience in your corner with Shaq. That put her at a severe disadvantage. It made her look just as bad as Shaq did, and it just wasn't good. It wasn't good at all. I can give you the best spot in these match. There were two. Red Velvet caught her on the side of her head. That was one match. And then the second match was that the second part of the match was that Cody put Shaq through those tables. That was probably the best two parts of the match. The rest of it, it just wasn't even worth watching. Now, let me see what some of y'all comments is saying. Jay was reminding me of Eva Marie when she would blow a kiss after slapping or kicking somebody, like Jay was doing them 2K taunts, not 2K taunts. They should have let Jay go one-on-one versus Red Velvet or somebody to prove herself. It was that damn kick. I just watched the match. It was okay. No, it wasn't. It was bad. It wasn't a good match, especially not for her. Um, it just wasn't good. It just wasn't good. Now, I didn't watch anything else with AEW, so I have no idea what happened in terms of the rest of the show with them giving their state of the address or whatever they did with MJF and Jericho. Um, I don't know anything about this qualifier match. I know nothing. But I just know that this right here was a mess. This whole match was just an absolute mess. But let's get into NXT. So NXT had some really good points. Like this match was decent. It was very good. They had a point where Dakota and Raquel could have gotten these titles, but of course, Raquel knocked out the ref while she was trying to knock out Nia. This caused a distraction. Pierce was able to come down there with a ref ready to take to account, and they were able to pin the girls and keep their titles. So I don't see this ending. And of course, William Regal is upset, and he's like, next week he's gonna make a monumental announcement that's gonna change the landscape of NXT. So I'm curious as to what that announcement is going to be, but I suspect that they will compete against these titles again at Fastlane, which would make sense. It'll help fill the card, and they won't have to worry so much about creating a feud that doesn't exist. They can very well fill the card with them two and let them battle it out at Fastlane. And if they drop the titles to Dakota and Raquel there, that's fine. I don't really care. I still want Naomi and Lana to get the titles at some point, but they should have put Jade versus Big Swole, put her on Dark. They could have put Jade against a bunch of jobbers like they always do. They didn't do that. They didn't let her grind or anything. And they did it for Will Hobbs. They did it. They let Ricky Starks come in there and he wrestled, and he had actual matches before he gets this big match. So it's not like Jade never wrestled on TV like this before. So you're on national television. This is your first match on national television in this company. It's not a good look for her to wrestle the way that she did. It was stiff. It was slow. It looked like she was thinking her moves before she can get them off. And she was more concerned about how she looked and what she was doing in terms of pandering to the crowd than she was actually putting on a good match. And that's not good. That's not good at all. I keep forgetting that Lana and Naomi are number one contenders. Yes, they are the number one contenders. This match was very good tonight. I was happy with this match. I thought they did a good job. Now Raquel pretty much carried this match. Not gonna lie, Dakota did the best she could, but she did carry this match. Now, for the most part, this was the first match of the night. Actually, it was Thatcher and Ciampa versus Oni and Birch. Okay, so these two. There's a situation going on with Thatcher and Imperium. Now, I remember a few lives ago, somebody asked if Thatcher used to be a part of Imperium, and he was. I remember Nicole told you guys that he was a part of Imperium. And Imperium was talking to Thatcher before he went out there with Ciampa. They got their wires crossed in this particular match, and they ended up losing to Birch and Orny. Okay, so this also led to Imperium coming out and kind of looking at Thatcher like, you are really losing your touch. What's going on here? And they're not looking at him like a friend. They're looking at him like, this is so sad. So I see a shift in Thatcher coming. He will either regain his tenacity that he came with, that kill or be killed instinct that he had before he joined forces with Ciampa, or he'll go back to being a part of Imperium. And since Imperium is here in the States, they most definitely can, run with Thatcher for a little while in NXT. So we saw that. We also saw Roddy Rich come out there, and he was very upset about being attacked by Adam Cole, and he demanded answers. And of course, he didn't get any, but he did not get not one answer, honey, not one. So Kaden going to get her ass beat by Xia Li. Well, okay. I think Kaden gonna put up quite the fight. It was me. It was Aaliyah. You did ask the question about Thatcher. But anyway, so Roddy came out and was upset and was crying. Roddy's a very soft-spoken man. I have to stop making fun of him because despite the fact that he's soft-spoken, he does wrestle very well, and I actually like his wrestling style. He's an okay dude. He just gets on my nerves sometimes. Anyway, Roddy was very upset that he got attacked by somebody who he considered to be a brother, and as he was making his plea to Adam Cole, of course, the Prince came down and was like, pretty much he made the point of saying, you're not man enough to call out Adam Cole, and he come out there and actually listen to you. That's not what's going to happen. I know how to get him out here. So he tells Adam that he'll challenge, he wants to have him compete for the NXT championship next week. There are going to be 2 title matches next week. It's going to be Io Shirai versus Toni Storm, and it's going to be Prince Finn Balor versus Adam Cole. Both titles will be on the line, and it's going to be something to see. Now, I think in between all this chaos of all these feuds, the funniest thing was about The Way and them going to therapy, and they did all of this extraness to trick the booty tickler, Austin Theory, into believing that Dexter Lumis doesn't care about him. He hates him. He talked about him like a dog. The therapist was in on the gig, and he pretty much ran out the therapist's office like a little bitch. It was funny. I thought it was hilarious. It was so funny. Io's gonna retain next week. Finn is a good tweener. He's the prime example of what a good tweener is. Baby. Tomorrow is the big day. Kaylee Ray versus Miko. That's going to be the match to watch tomorrow. They all funny. Johnny Crew. The way they supposed to be a family, but the way they just operate like the football player and the cheerleader have befriended the goth girl and another wide receiver, and they just created a whole crew, and it's campy and it's funny. And I just can't wait to see Dexter Lumis with the North American Championship. That's all. It was funny to me. Another thing that was funny was Cameron Grimes realizing that he had to go up against Bronson Reed today. And LA Knight cut quite the promo today. And Bronson Reed came out there and was like, Nick, we ain't trying to hear none of that shit. We out here, I got a job to do. I don't have time to be worried about what you saying you gonna do. Okay. The way reminds me of a teenage friend group, and I like it. Of course. Live your best life. Now, if and that's pretty much what happened on NXT outside of the controversy of the tag team titles, Ciampa and Thatcher's match. They announced Xia Li having a match with Caden next week. They reprised, they made sure they showed us what happened with Cross and Escobar. And Escobar and Legado Fantasma came out there and was like, if you think last week is what weakness looks like, think again. He was like, we're not weak. We're stronger than ever. And they came out there and took out everybody. Took out Everrise, and they took out Breezango before they could even come out there to wrestle. Poor Breezango. They don't deserve that. They sure could come up to the main roster and actually wrestle on the main roster. They could use the tag team. I know Breezango, and I know that Breezango are hard, afraid to pull the trigger when it comes to coming up to the main roster because they've been there, done that. But honestly, right now, they need them. They need them on that roster. So what else happened? Pretty much that's all that happened. I told y'all about Miss Jade and her performance. It wasn't great. It was quite weak. It could have been so much better, but if anybody watched AEW and you saw Tully Blanchard perform today, did he wrestle? I mean, because I didn't get to see Tully perform. Okay, let me see what some of y'all said. Man, the Fashion Files was a good time. Yes, they were funny. Big Show spoiled the beans. How did Big Show spoil the beans? I don't know nothing about that because I was watching NXT. Not gonna lie, I was stuck with NXT. I wanted to watch it. So I was watching NXT. Did anybody watch AEW from start to finish? I'm looking at y'all comments. I wonder who won this match between Tully Blanchard and FTR and Jurassic Express. I'm very curious about that. There was also supposed to be another match. It was supposed to be Dark Order and Matt Hardy and the Hybrid 2 going up against each other. And then there was supposed to be a qualifier match for the Dark Order's 10 going up against Max Caster. And he was supposed to qualify for this ladder match qualifier at AEW Revolution. And then we're supposed to have Dr. Zoidberg, and you got to be kidding me. MJF have a press conference for Revolution. Stupid. Big Show said AEW is signing somebody special, Hall of Fame worthy. It's probably him. I'm sorry. Anyway, yes, Tully won. Tully got the pin on Luchasaurus. That's just disrespectful. Goodness me. Anyway, so if you're interested in AEW Revolution, it is going to happen. The match card is as follows, if I recall. Let me take a comment off of Leah. Okay, so the match card is like this. Face of Revolution ladder match is supposed to include whoever won that match on AEW tonight. So whoever won between the Dark Order 10 and that Sean Spears helped. That was the problem. Okay. Whoever won that match between Dark Orders 10 and Max Caster, they are going to go on to be a part of the Face of the Revolution ladder match, and they will win a shot at the TNT Championship, which is what Darby Allin has currently. All right, so that is the match for AEW Revolution. It's supposed to be Sunday, March 7th. Also, they're supposed to have a tag team championship match between the Young Bucks, MJF, and Chris Jericho. There's supposed to be a Casino Royale. It's a tag team Royale that's supposed to happen on the pay-per-view for AEW Revolution. Usually, it's the tag team Royale is like, it should be in the beginning of the show. I don't think it's going to be any closer to the end of the show. It'll be at the beginning of the show. I don't know if they're going to have a buy-in or not. If they do, that tag team Royale might be on the buy-in. Then you were supposed to have the street fight with Sting and Darby Allin going up against Brian Cage and Ricky Starks. You know, they're our team Taz. Will Hobbs and Taz's son is in there too. And I'm, oh, child. Anyway, and then there's a big money match between Hangman Adam Page and Matt Hardy. Now, if I'm missing some stuff, y'all let me know. But that is AEW. That is AEW's Revolution. Let me see if I'm missing. I'm missing the women's match, aren't I? Hold on. Let me make sure I get the women's match in here. And they had the Eliminator Finals at I think I'm gonna have the finals at shit. They should have the finals at what's his face? At AEW Revolution, right? Hold on, y'all. And then it's supposed to be Kenny Omega going up against Jon Moxley in an exploding barbed wire death match. That was the match I was missing too. So hold on a second, y'all. She said holding. Girl, don't be messing with me like that. Y'all know I be trying. Oh, she is losing. She probably is. Why I always hear about the damn Young Bucks like the fuck? Damn, they've been talked about for the longest. Honey, I don't know. Okay. Buying is Thunder Rosa and Rio versus Britt Baker and Reba. What? Why would they do that? Rio won tonight. She beat Nyla tonight. Are you kidding? Wow. Wow. I am shocked. Rio, I think that's her name. Not Rio. I keep calling her Rio. Okay, so I'm gonna put the picture in here. That's what it said. I'm looking at the name. Donnie, what that say? Do that say Reba? That say Reba. Is it Rebby? Because it say Reba. I'm reading it. I'm reading what they put there. Now I can't. He said Reba. As in Reba McIntyre. Fool, I don't know. Shoot, I'm looking at it like you're looking at it. I didn't watch it today, so God damn it, I don't know. I don't know. Child, I don't know. Hold on a second. I got the picture, so I'm gonna put it up. I'm gonna call her. I think that's how you say her name is Rio. Hold on a second. Rio won tonight. She beat Nyla. Okay. So unprofessional, Tiff. I'm just kidding. Hey, don't be clocking me like that. I'm trying. That's what it's the Japanese girl. I'm just going by what it said. I do that all the time. My mom thinks it's funny. It is funny. I think Reba was a hit. Reba was low key funny and she sang her ass off, and that's facts, dog. That's facts. Did you know 4 people can now go live on IG? Everybody was going live the other day. Yes, I'm aware of that. That's why I said I'll go live for a couple minutes here and then I'll go live on IG. Okay, so I got the banners. The only thing I can't do is put pictures in there. Okay, so the other match is Moxley versus Omega in an exploding barbed wire death match for the AEW World Championship. Don't nobody want to see John Moxley or Kenny Omega in this match, but live your best life, fam. If that's what you want to see, I'm not gonna knock you, girl. Okay. Now I'm assuming Jay, you talking about this girl. This girl must be Ryo, right? Ryo beat Nyla today, so Ryo's going up against Sheeta at AEW Revolution. This will probably be a very good match because the Japanese girls, they don't be playing. They go out there and fight. They don't give a damn about no makeup and hair and glitter and shit. They don't care about that. They going out there to win. They going out to fuck some people up. Okay, they don't care about none of that other shit. So this might be a good match. If anything, this should be something y'all should want to see. If you're gonna pay for it, I'm not paying $50 for AEW Revolution. I'm just not. You being mad disrespectful, bro. That's a girl. Yes, yes, sir. Is a girl. Yep, that's a girl. That is a girl. I don't know what she identifies as, but she's a girl. She's running in the women's qualifier. She's a girl. Okay, so until I see something different, the pronouns are she or her. That's a girl. It's a girl. I can't say it, no plainer than that. I really I really can't. I really can't. Okay. Okay. I got one more picture to upload and then I'm gonna put y'all comments in here so y'all can see. It's 7 of them things in the comments. Okay, honey. All right. So that's all that happened today. It was some light work today. It wasn't really nothing too heavy. You know what I'm saying? But it was a decent show. Okay. As far as AEW is concerned, I didn't really get to see much of AEW, but I was able to watch the first match. As I said, I did get to see Jade's first match, and it was a little rough. I'm not gonna lie, it was a little rough. It was a little rough. Thank you, Jade. Thank you. You couldn't hear me. I went out. Oh, my internet must have went out. All right, so exploding barbed wire deathmatch sounds like a bunch of buzzers picked out of a hat and smashed together. Jeez, buzzwords. She said buzzwords picked out of a hat and smashed together. Oh, Lord. Y'all couldn't hear me for a second. Oh, I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I promise didn't know. I wouldn't call her an it. That's what I mean when I say being disrespectful, baby. You gotta understand that even though you see something that you don't right off understand, there is still a way to be respectful about it. So instead of saying is it he, she, trans, that's not really, quite frankly, is if she was trans, that's really none of our business. But I doubt that she's trans. She's just a woman. and she happens to be very athletic and masculine presenting. But that doesn't mean that, you could be disrespectful. It's disrespectful. I know you weren't trying to be disrespectful, but it's coming off disrespectful. The answer is no. The facts. Anyways, I think NXT moving to Tuesday is a good move. No, we don't stick to what we was talking about. You have to have some respect for people. Um, you would want the same in return, especially if you looked a little bit more feminine and people I saw you and thought you were a girl, and that's how they identified you. You would feel disrespected. So you have to have respect for other people, despite the fact that they don't look traditionally like female or male. It doesn't make them any less female or male. So you have to learn how to say it without being disrespectful to the person, because it's disrespectful. It just is. You know what I'm saying? And it's just something you have to learn. I'm not trying to be mean and and call you out, but it is a way to say things to people without, because that could come off hurtful to somebody who happens to be trans. They go through enough as it is. Countless trans boys and girls are murdered on a daily basis just for trying to be who they are. And it's not an easy road to travel. So I think when you look at a person, even if they aren't trans, it's just about respect. You just have to look at them and say, okay, I don't quite understand what I'm seeing, but out of respect for the person, I won't be disrespectful. So the first thing you should ask is, well, what is your pronoun? That is the correct question. And that's always what I've gotten from the trans community when I ask. And I try my hardest to be very disrespectful, because not to be disrespectful. Because even though I may see something and I'm like, well, it doesn't look like a female that I would say is female, I can't right off just go, well, you're not a female. That's not fair to them. And they didn't ask to be here and be born that way. So you have to change your thinking so that it doesn't come out like you're trying to disrespect them. Calling them it is a derogatory term. It's wrong. Exactly. If you have nothing else to say, don't say it. Oh God, that was nasty, Jay. So, so we gonna keep it rolling. So I think her name is Ryo. I want to say her name is Ryo. So I'm gonna leave it at Ryo because I've been calling her Rio and I didn't know. So I want to say Ryo and Sheeta are gonna have a match Sunday. So those are all the matches for AEW Revolution this Sunday. If you're gonna watch, please tell me who won and who didn't, because I'm not paying $50 for AEW Revolution. I only pay $10 for my pay-per-views with WWE, and I liked paying $10 for my pay-per-views with WWE and my documentaries and all my good stuff, hunty. Okay, so I'm gonna go because I'm gonna go live on Instagram, since I can go live with 4 people on Instagram, and everybody is real concerned about being on the Insta of the grounds. Okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed both of the shows. I will go live again on what's his face? I will go live again on StreamYard on Friday when we have SmackDown, because I'm curious as to how this feud between Sasha and Bianca is going to start. Right now, they real cute and friendly, but I can see it bubbling under the surface. There's some real tension there, and I want to see how it's going to start up. Plus, I'm curious about Roman, Edge, Daniel Bryan, Jay Uso. They got a whole steel cage match working over there. That's gonna be interesting. Plus, Big E might come back this week, and we got the Nigerian Prince, Apollo Cruz, Hotep Cruz, living his best life. Okay, so I want to see all of that. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be interesting. Plus, you got the Street Profits trying to inch back into that title contingency. We got a lot going on SmackDown, so I hope you guys are ready and prepared. And I'm gonna talk about Soldier Boy, Bow Wow, and all that good stuff on my IG. So if you guys want to talk about all that good stuff on IG, then head on over there, because I'm finna go live right now. Okay, I'm finna go live right now. I'll talk to y'all later.